Is your healthy fruit hiding a secret danger for your heart after 60? Asterisk, Mr. Senior Health presents a critical message for everyone over 60. You're doing everything right. Avoiding junk food, staying active, and making healthy choices. But what? If the very foods you believe are protecting your heart are silently harming it? What if your favorite, seemingly innocent fruit is a ticking time bomb for your cardiovascular system? We're not talking about medical advice, but a stark warning. From someone who has witnessed many seniors suffer, all while believing they were making the best choices. Your metabolism slows, your arteries stiffen, your heart becomes more sensitive to hidden sugars, potassium spikes, and other compounds in common fruits. This urgent message will reveal the surprising truths about fruits you've eaten. Your whole life that could be contributing to daily stress on your cardiovascular system. And the most shocking part? The first fruit we're about to discuss is probably in your kitchen right now. Stay with us, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications. If you find this helpful, type 1 in the comments. Otherwise, type 0 so we can improve. Your heart deserves to know this. Asterisk, the banana betrayal, a potassium overload. Asterisk, for most of your life, a banana might have felt like the ultimate smart and easy snack. But after 60, your body doesn't process nutrients, including potassium, the same way it used to. Many seniors don't realize that an overripe banana, the soft, sweeter kind covered in dark spots, can silently overload your system with potassium. While potassium is vital for heart rhythm and muscle function, too much in an aging body can become dangerous, especially as your kidneys start to slow down. Asterisk, as we age, our kidneys often struggle to efficiently filter out excess potassium. Instead of being properly eliminated, this mineral begins to accumulate in your blood, a condition called hyperkalemia. While it rarely comes with glaring warning signs, you might notice fatigue, a strange fluttering in your chest, or weak, shaky muscles. These are easy to dismiss as just getting old, but inside, your heart could be struggling to maintain a steady rhythm. Potassium overload interferes with the electrical impulses that control your heartbeat. Unchecked, this can lead to arrhythmias, dangerously slow heart rates, or even sudden cardiac arrest. I've seen too many seniors in this exact situation, confused and scared because they thought they were eating something healthy. No one told them that overripe, soft, sugary bananas carry a concentrated amount of potassium that can be too much for an aging heart. This risk is even more severe if you're on medications like diuretics or blood pressure drugs, or if you have any degree of kidney impairment. Even mild. Asterisk, does this mean you need to give up bananas entirely? Not necessarily, but moderation is key. Firmer, less ripe bananas contain less bioavailable potassium and are a better option. You might also consider eating only half at a time or pairing it with fiber-rich foods to slow potassium absorption. Above all, pay attention to how your body reacts. Asterisk, the grape deception, a sugar shock to your arteries. Asterisk, just when you thought fruit couldn't secretly jeopardize your health, wait until you hear what's next. It's in almost every refrigerator. Sweet and refreshing. But for seniors, it can be more harmful than it appears. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment 1 below to let me know you're with me. Asterisk, second on our list, grapes. They seem harmless, but inside each grape is a concentrated source of fructose, a natural sugar your aging body no longer processes as efficiently. When you were younger, your liver could handle that sugar without much trouble. But now, with a slower metabolism and organs that may not be operating at peak performance, that same sugar is metabolized into something far more dangerous: triglycerides. These fats don't just harmlessly float around, they embed themselves in your arteries, contributing to plaque formation and slowly choking off healthy blood flow to your heart. Asterisk. Most seniors don't just eat a few grapes, they eat them by the bowlful. It's easy to overdo it because grapes feel light, fresh, and healthy. But the truth is, they digest quickly, spiking your blood sugar as fast as dessert, and handing your heart an invisible workload. Over time, this pattern contributes to high triglyceride levels, inflammation in your arteries, and worsening blood pressure. What's worse, grapes lack the protective fiber you find in an apple, or the dense antioxidants packed into berries. That means there's very little to buffer the sugar spike. Your body is hit with a massive load of fructose, and your heart pays the price. Many seniors are shocked when I tell them this. But I switched from cookies to fruit, they say. Are my numbers still getting worse? The answer is that not all fruits behave the same way in an aging body. Grapes can silently make things worse when eaten in large quantities. Asterisk, this doesn't mean you can never enjoy them. But if you do, it's best to keep portions small, just a few at a time, and eat them with protein or fiber to help slow the sugar release. Because when grapes become your go-to snack or fill your fruit bowl every day, they can do more harm than good. Asterisk watermelon's hidden downside, a blood pressure drop risk. Asterisk, and just when you thought it couldn't get any more surprising, there's another fruit hiding behind its cool, hydrating image. It's a staple at picnics, a summer favorite, especially for seniors looking to stay refreshed. But beneath the surface, it could be causing a sudden drop in blood pressure and putting your heart at risk. Keep watching. This next fruit might be even more shocking. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment one below to let me know you're with me. Asterisk, third on our list, watermelon. Here's what many seniors don't realize. Watermelon is over 90% water, making it feel light and refreshing. But hidden within that sweetness is a natural substance called citrulline, which causes your blood vessels to relax and open up, a process known as vasodilation. While this effect can be helpful for younger individuals with good circulation, it can be dangerous for someone on blood pressure medication or living with a weakened cardiovascular system. Asterisk, I've seen patients experience sudden dizziness, blurred vision, and even falls after eating watermelon, especially on an empty stomach or right before physical activity. The drop in blood pressure can happen so quickly that it feels like dehydration or heat exhaustion when, in reality, it's their heart struggling to maintain control. But there's another issue. Watermelon has a high glycemic index, meaning it sends your blood sugar soaring rapidly and crashing quickly. For seniors, these sudden spikes and drops can trigger inflammation, stress the heart, and increase the risk of abnormal heart rhythms. That sugar rush might not be coming from candy or soda, but from a fruit that appears healthy on the outside. You might think it's just fruit. How bad can it be? But when your arteries are no longer as flexible and your nervous system is more reactive than before, even a natural food like watermelon can turn into a hidden hazard. Asterisk, opt for a small slice instead of a full bowl. Don't eat it before a walk. Avoid combining it with blood pressure medications unless you've spoken to your doctor about it. Pay attention to how your body reacts, especially if you feel lightheaded or unusually fatigued afterward. Because protecting your heart after 60 isn't just about staying away from junk food. It's about knowing how your body responds to everything, even the healthy stuff. Durian's dangerous fat, the king of clogged arteries. Asterisk, and just when you thought watermelon was the last fruit you needed to worry about, there's another one coming. It's rich, tropical, creamy, and it carries more hidden fat than most people. Imagine, if you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment one below to let me know you're with me. Asterisk, fourth on our list, durian. For many, it's a rare delicacy, rich, custard-like, and often hailed as the king of fruits. Durian might be a fruit, but it behaves more like fatty meat once it's inside your body. It's not just sweet, it's packed with saturated fat. In fact, bite for bite, it can contain almost the same amount of artery-clogging fat as processed meat. And that's a serious concern for anyone with a heart already under stress. As we age, our arteries become stiffer, our blood flow slows, and our bodies struggle to process fats the way they once did. So when saturated fat enters the system, like the kind found in durian, it causes your LDL, the bad cholesterol levels, to rise. That cholesterol doesn't just float around. It sticks to arterial walls, gradually hardening into plaque. This is a process called atherosclerosis, and it's one of the main drivers behind heart attacks and strokes in older adults. The problem is that most people don't associate these risks with a fruit. They assume it's natural, it must be healthy. But what they don't perceive is the silent damage. Low-grade inflammation building in the blood vessels. Cholesterol depositing in the arteries and a heart working harder behind the scenes just to keep up. Asterisk. I've spoken to seniors who ended up in the ER with chest pain, palpitations, or shortness of breath, never suspecting that their favorite fruit snack played a role. But when we looked closely at their diet, a pattern often emerged. Durian eaten regularly, sometimes in large quantities, paired with underlying conditions or medications that made the situation worse. There's one more risk. Durian tends to elevate your body temperature, causing some people to feel flushed, restless, or even short of breath. If you're on blood pressure or cholesterol medication, this sudden internal heat can amplify side effects and make your heart race. Putting even more pressure on your cardiovascular system. Asterisk, a small, occasional piece is fine, but large portions can slowly undermine your cardiac health without a clear warning sign. And if you thought this danger only applied to exotic tropical fruits, just wait. Asterisk, mango's metabolic trap. Fueling fat, not energy? Asterisk, the next culprit looks completely innocent, shiny, classic, and likely already in your kitchen. It could be. Silently making your heart work harder than it should? Asterisk, fifth on our list, mangoes. You see, behind that golden flesh is a hidden hazard. Mangoes are packed with fructose, a sugar that doesn't fuel your body the same way glucose does. Instead of giving you quick energy, fructose goes straight to your liver, where it's silently converted into fat. This isn't the kind of fat stored around your waist. It's the kind that accumulates in your bloodstream as triglycerides, and over time, it begins to clog your arteries. As arteries begin to narrow from plaque, your heart has to work harder to pump blood. Oxygen delivery decreases, blood pressure rises, and your risk for heart disease starts to climb. For an aging cardiovascular system, these changes can be dangerous, even deadly. Asterisk, and there's more. Mangoes have a high glycemic index, meaning they make your blood sugar spike fast. For seniors whose insulin function may have already slowed, this sudden surge can trigger rapid changes that lead to inflammation, a racing heartbeat, and an energy crash. Your body reacts as if it's under attack, and your heart bears that burden. I've spoken to older patients who thought they were doing everything right, replacing desserts with mango slices, blending them into smoothies every day. But the results told a different story: elevated blood sugar, escalating cholesterol, and early signs of cardiac stress. The common theme? Not cake, not soda, but fruit, sweet, natural, and unintentionally causing major harm in large quantities. It feels like a healthy choice, but too much of it can silently push your heart towards imbalance, sugar overload, internal inflammation, fat conversion, all building silently until the damage becomes evident. Asterisk now. This doesn't mean you need to give up mangoes entirely. A few slices here and there are fine, but bowls of diced mango, sugary dried mango snacks, or mango juice hit your system much harder. And if you're dealing with high blood pressure, diabetes, or cholesterol issues, it's best to check with your doctor before making it a regular part of your diet. Asterisk. Lychee and longan's hot truth. More than just sugar? Asterisk. And just when you thought the dangers ended with sweet tropical fruits, there's another one waiting in the wings. It's tiny, easy to overeat, and carries a heat that can stir up far more than your taste buds. Asterisk, sixth on our list. Lychee and longan. These fruits are loaded with fast-absorbing sugars, primarily glucose. And when that sugar floods your bloodstream all at once, it can create chaos in a system that's already slowing with age. Your insulin response can't keep up. Blood sugar spikes, blood pressure surges, your blood vessels are strained, and your heart suddenly finds itself working overtime, pumping harder, faster, and with far less resilience than before. But there's another layer to this that's rarely talked about. Traditional Eastern medicine, lychee and longan are considered heating fruits. That might sound like folklore, but there's a real physiological truth to it. These fruits stimulate the sympathetic nervous system, the same system that gets activated during stress. This can raise your internal body temperature, accelerate your heart rate, and trigger symptoms like restlessness, anxiety, and even sleepless nights. You might not feel the damage after one serving, but when these spikes happen again and again, they begin to wear down your heart's natural rhythm, inflame blood vessels, and weaken the muscle that keeps everything going. The result? A higher risk of arrhythmias, increased fatigue, and even serious cardiac events that seem to come out of nowhere. Asterisk, this doesn't mean you have to cut out all fruit, but it does mean recognizing that even natural foods can carry hidden risks, especially when eaten carelessly or in excess. With lychee and longan, portion control is crucial. Timing matters too. And most importantly, pay close attention to how your body reacts. The juice trap. When healthy becomes harmful, asterisk, the next danger doesn't come from a fruit at all, but from what we drink. It's found in most seniors' kitchens, poured into glasses with the best intentions, yet it could be the most deceptive threat to your heart yet. Asterisk 7th on our list. Fruit juice, orange, apple, grape. The problem begins the moment a whole fruit is turned into juice. When that happens, almost all of its fiber is stripped away. What's left is a concentrated dose of natural sugar that hits your bloodstream almost instantly. 1 glass of orange juice can carry as much sugar as a can of soda. The only difference is that juice is disguised as something good for you, which makes it even more deceptive. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at managing sugar. Insulin sensitivity declines, and the pancreas has to work harder just to maintain balance. So every sip of juice sends your blood sugar soaring, forcing a surge of insulin into your blood. Your heart, in turn, races to process the chaos. That cycle, sugar spikes, insulin floods, increased heart rate, puts enormous pressure on a heart that may already be worn down by years of stress. But it doesn't stop there. These sugar surges cause inflammation deep within your blood vessels. And chronic inflammation is one of the main drivers behind arterial plaque, the kind that silently builds up, narrows your arteries, raises your blood pressure, and quietly sets the stage for heart attacks and strokes. Asterisk, I've had patients in their 60s and 70s who followed every rule. They walked daily, avoided processed foods, even monitored their salt intake. But their hearts still showed signs of trouble. And when we looked closely, it was the juice. That daily habit that was assumed to be healthy was undoing everything else they worked so hard to get right. This doesn't mean fruit is forbidden, quite the opposite. Whole fruits are packed with nutrients, and their natural fiber helps your body absorb sugar more gently. But when you juice them, you remove that fiber and turn what was once nourishing into something potentially harmful. So if you truly want to support your heart, skip the glass and grab the fruit instead. Chew it, don't drink it. Let your body work the way nature designed, not against it. Your heart's future, a call to mindful eating. Now that you've discovered the truth about these 7 surprising threats to your heart, there's one last thing you need to hear, because sometimes the greatest danger isn't in what you eat, it's in what you don't do. Stay with me, because this final part might be the most important. If you're still watching right now, I want to thank you. It shows me something powerful. You don't? Just want more years of life? You're striving for better ones. More energy, clearer focus, more control over your future. That commitment is exactly what your heart needs from you right now. Asterisk, many seniors believe they're making smart choices. They avoid junk food, they take walks, they steer clear of processed snacks, but then they inadvertently reach for a second bowl of fruit or sip a glass of juice, never realizing that what feels healthy could be silently working against them. Your body after 60 isn't the same. Foods that once gave you energy and strength might now spike your blood sugar, send your blood pressure plummeting, or inflamed arteries that have already begun to stiffen. The heart that has kept you alive all these years is now more delicate, and it deserves more thoughtful care. Asterisk, aging doesn't have to mean decline. It can mean wisdom, smarter choices, more mindful eating, knowing when to stop and asking, is this still right for me now? So tell me, what stood out to you today? What are you ready to change? Drop it in the comments section. Let's learn from each other and keep moving forward together. Asterisk, if this message helped you. Type 1 below. Otherwise, feel free to share a 0. Your feedback is crucial and helps us grow. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Mr. Senior Health so you never miss a moment of guidance and support. Thank you for being here, and here's to living stronger, longer, and on your own terms.